Hi everyone, this is Jeff, Principal Attorney of Marble Law. Let's talk about how you should dress for court when appearing as a party in a family law matter. First impressions matter, especially in court. Dressing in an appropriate way shows respect for the court and can definitely influence how you're perceived by the judge. Here are some tips to help you dress the part in court. Dress conservatively. It's best to opt for business or business casual. For men, that might mean a suit with or without a tie, or maybe dress pants with a collared shirt. For women, something like a suit, dress, or skirt and a blouse combination usually works really well. I think the key is to avoid anything that's too flashy or casual. 2, keep it neat and clean. Make sure your clothes are clean, ironed, and in generally good condition. You should really avoid wearing anything with stains, holes, or lots of wrinkles. Showing respect not only to the court, but for yourself is really important. Avoid casual clothing. It's really best to stay away from jeans, t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, sneakers, things like that. Even though it's a family law matter, the courtroom is a formal environment and your attire should reflect that at all times. Another thing to remember is that grooming matters. Make sure your hair is clean and neatly styled. Men should consider shaving or neatly trimming facial hair. Pay attention to your overall hygiene as well. It's really important. Also, don't forget that comfort is key. It's obviously important to look professional, but you'll also want to be comfortable, especially if you're going to be in court the whole day, for example. So choose clothing that fits well and allows you to move comfortably. To wrap it all together, dressing appropriately for court means opting for conservative, neat, and professional attire. It shows respect for the court and helps make a positive impression. If you have any questions or you need further advice, reach out to Marble today. Hi everyone, this is Jeff, Principal Attorney of Marble Law. Let's talk about what you should avoid doing when appearing in court for a family law matter. Appearing in court can be a stressful experience, but knowing what to avoid can help you make a positive impression and ensure that your case proceeds smoothly. Here are my top 10 things to avoid. 1, avoid speaking out of turn. You need to make sure to only speak when it's your turn or when the judge asks you a question. Interrupting the judge, lawyers, or the other party can be seen as disrespectful and it can absolutely harm your case. I've seen it many times. 2, avoid using your phone. Turn off your phone or set it to silent mode before entering the courtroom. Using your phone, texting, or even glancing at it during proceedings is inappropriate and it can be distracting. Judges are people too, and there's a real chance the judge could develop a negative impression of you, which could, of course, affect the outcome of your case. 3, avoid bringing food or drinks into the court with you. Leave food and drinks outside the courtroom. Many courts don't allow them, and eating or drinking during proceedings can come across as disrespectful. 4, avoid casual or inappropriate dress. Dress conservatively and professionally, like I've talked about in a different video. You should avoid casual clothing like jeans, t-shirts, shorts, and flip-flops. Your attire should show respect for the court, for yourself, and for the seriousness of the proceeding. As hard as it might be, and this is number 5, avoid emotional outbursts. Court proceedings can be emotional, but it's really important to stay calm and composed. Crying is, of course, a normal emotion, but you really need to avoid yelling, crying very loudly, or showing extreme emotions. If you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Try to remain as calm as possible. 6, and this is a big one, avoid being late. Arrive early or at the very least on time for your court appearance. Being late can delay proceedings and create a negative impression of you. Make sure to plan for potential delays like traffic or parking issues, and that's really critical. 7, avoid bringing children. Unless the court specifically requests it, avoid bringing kids to court. It can be a really stressful environment for them, and their presence might be distracting. Most times, it's also just not appropriate to have your children be privy to the court proceedings that involves them and their parents. 8, avoid negative body language. Pay attention to your body language. Avoid rolling your eyes, crossing your arms, making faces, or displaying any negative gestures. These actions can be seen as disrespectful, and they can really turn the judge against you. 9, avoid talking to the other party. You really need to refrain from speaking to the other party unless you're instructed to do so by the court. Confrontations or arguments outside of the formal proceedings can negatively impact your case. 10, and last but not least, avoid being unprepared. Make sure you bring all necessary documents and evidence to support your case. Being unprepared can delay proceedings, they can weaken your position, and they can make it seem like you don't really take this important matter very seriously. By avoiding all these actions, you can make a positive impression and help your case proceed as smoothly as possible. If you have any questions or you need further advice, reach out to Marble today.